You're tuning in right now to a show where we fill the gaps with trends.
And we bring you the hottest topics. This is The New Classic.
It's your host, Ikko.
And AC.
Alright, kumusta ka naman ngayong quarantine, AC? Have you learned a new skill or hobby or even developed a corn fling?
So recently, we've been decluttering our rooms dito sa bahay, and since I'm the type of person who loves to keep things with sentimental value, I have this small box where I put those stuff. Tapos, grabe, ang dami kong nakitang gamit na uso noon, like yung mga ballers, Beyblade, Rubik's Cube, yo-yo, and a lot more. So, grabe, it made me nostalgic talaga. Ikaw ba?
Grabe, AC. Alam mo, I used to wear ballers and naglalaro din ako ng Beyblades doon. Grabe, I feel you talaga. Ngayong quarantine, I've been reading a handful of books and binabalikan ko rin yung mga films na pinanonood natin nung mga bata pa tayo.
Grabe, hindi lang pala ako yung nakaka-experience ng pagka-miss ng childhood days. For those of you out there feeling the same like us, don't worry because we got your back in today's episode. And for those naman who haven't lived in the same timeline, wag din kayong mag-alala, okay lang yan, for we'll show you how it was back in the day.
The bittersweet nostalgia of the music we sang, the past shows we loved, and the food we ate, we'll show it all to you today.
Not only that, but we'll show you how it aged and share our thoughts if it's a classic or a basic.
Exactly. It's a spicy one today, folks. Excited ka na ba, AC?
Of course, Ikko. So let's face the music today on The Mic Drop.
Since we're talking about Y2K, nakilala din bilang the year 2000, this is a time where most technologies became more advanced, di ba, AC?
Tama ka dyan, Ikko. At dahil dyan, we'll be reminiscing all about music during the 2000s. Grabe, can you believe that we listened to music from CDs to MP3 players and now on our smartphones?
Grabe, oo. It was indeed a time where a lot of hit songs were made. Katulad na lang ng Single Ladies by Beyonce o di kaya naman ang I'm Yours ni Jason Mraz na halos kinakanta nating lahat during grade school days. Hay nako, mukhang mag-i-enjoy talaga tayo today since we will be playing Guess the Song Challenge kung saan we have to name a song title by watching a 3-second snippet only from its music video. Kaya ano pang inaantay natin? Are we up for the challenge, AC?
Siyempre naman, kaya let's now start the challenge and see if these songs are still a classic or a basic. Okay, let's go. Song number 1.
We keep quiet 'cause we're dead everything you, so close your eyes.
Ako, obvious naman ata eh. I would say this is Taylor Swift, Love Story. Ikaw ba, Ikko? Ano sa tingin mo?
Alam mo ako, AC, parang hindi ko talaga kayang kalimutan yung takbuhan sa grass scene dito sa music video na to. So sure din ako, Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Totoo. I agree with you. Let's see kung Taylor Swift Love Story. Ayan, tama nga tayo. Love Story by Taylor Swift. And speaking of Taylor Swift, if you didn't know, Ikko, may re-released album kasi si Taylor Swift called Fearless, Taylor's version, na lumabas nitong April 9. Tapos grabe, it has been 13 years since its initial release. And up until now, nandun pa rin yung feels na sobrang nostalgic. Diba?
Alam mo, AC, napakinggan ko tong Fearless album na ni-release ni Taylor Swift ulit na nagulat ako kasi acoustic siya, so mas classic. Tapos napakinggan ko dito yung White Horse, Love Story, pati yung You Belong With Me. Kaya para sa akin, knowing na nare-release ulit ni Taylor Swift and nagtatop siya sa charts, this is an absolute classic. Ikaw ba, AC?
Ako din, classic, kasi OG song talaga natin to nung bata tayo. And yung re-released album niya ngayon, yun yung proof kung bakit siya classic talaga.
Alright, sige, let's move on to song number 2.
Alam ko tong kantang to for sure, One Time by Justin Bieber. Come on.
Alam mo, AC, eto na nga yung sinasabi ko sa'yo na eto lang yung pinakinggan ko dati on repeat nung year 2000s. Kaya sure din ako, One Time by, of course, the one and only Justin Bieber.
Tama tayo, One Time.
Tama, One Time nga.
Oo, nung lumabas yung One Time ni Justin Bieber as his debut single, dun talaga siya kasi sobrang sumikat. Dun talaga nag-start yung Bieber fever. Now, this Canadian singer has recently collaborated with Daniel Caesar and Giveon with a song called Peaches last March 19. So ikaw, Ikko, what's your rating? Is this a classic or a basic?
Alam mo, AC, ito yung feeling ko, ito yung song na kapag pinakinggan ng mga year 2000s kids, talagang magre-reminisce sila at maaalala nila yung ginawa nila nung elementary pa sila. So para sa akin, dahil makita si Justin Bieber ngayon na nagre-release pa rin ng album and nagtatop pa rin siya sa charts, sure ako na this is an absolute classic. Ikaw ba?
True. I agree with you. Ito ay isang classic din kasi itong era na ni Bieber na to, era din siya for us kasi ito yung mga believers yung sobrang patay na patay sa kanya. And until now, sikat pa rin si Bieber. So, ibig sabihin, it's really a big deal for believers. Let's move on to song number 3.
Cause you walked out the door, but it's the only way I hear your voice.
Alam mo, AC, eto hindi ko ito makakalimutan kasi napapakinggan ko din tong artist na to. Sure ako na ito ay Neo and ang song niya is so sick. Ikaw ba?
Ako hindi ako sure kasi feeling ko, hindi ko alam kung si Neo ba to or si Usher or si Akon, pero hindi ko talaga maalala yung song title eh. Ayan, yung So Sick, tama.
So sick nga.
Tama ka.
Tama.
Sorry, hindi ko kasi talaga siya alam. Sorry.
Alam mo, AC, this kind of song, ito yung mga song na hindi talaga natin mapipigilang mapakanta whenever we hear it dati with matching emotions just like Neo. So Sick is a part of his 2-time platinum album, In My Own Words, and announced that he'd be releasing a digital deluxe version to celebrate its 15th anniversary. So para sa'yo, AC, is it a classic or is it a basic?
Para sa akin, basic to. Kasi for me, there are a lot of similar songs that we listen to ngayon. So, hindi talaga siya nag-stand out sa akin nung bata ako. Ikaw ba?
Alam mo, AC, magiging medyo bias ako dito kasi naging fan din ako ni Neo dati. Feeling ko So Sick yung isa sa mga songs na hindi mo mapapalit sa Miss Independent or Beautiful Monster or One in a Million. Kaya para sa akin, pag narinig to ng tao, magugustuhan at maaalala nila yung nakaraan. Kaya for me, this is an absolute classic.
Okay, let's move on now to the last song.
I wanna hold them like they do in Texas, please.
Sino bang walang may alam nito? Para sa akin, Lady Gaga, Poker Face. How about you, Ikko?
Ako din. Alam mo dati, sobrang napafascinate ako sa mga music videos ni Lady Gaga. So eto, hindi ko talaga to na-miss dati. Poker Face yan.
Ayan, we got it right.
Tamang-tama. Poker
Now,
Face nga.
Anyone who knows Lady Gaga also knows her iconic song, Poker Face. It was released in 2008 and it charted in number 1 in 20 countries. Ganon kasikat yung kanta niya during that time. Now, she recently released her 6th album called Chromatica, featuring famous artists like Blackpink, Ariana Grande, and Elton John. So ikaw, Ikko, is this a classic or a basic for you?
Alam mo, para sa akin, si Lady Gaga, sobrang respected siya sa field niya. And kapag napakinggan to ng mga tao, sure din ako na marereminisce ulit nila yung pagkabata nila. Not only that, nagre-release pa rin siya ng album na kapag collaborate siya and nagtatop siya sa charts. So para sa akin, Lady Gaga as an artist, she is an absolute classic. Ikaw ba, AC? Ano sa tingin mo?
Same here, classic ito for me kasi ito nga yung peak pop music and pop culture. Ito talaga yung pag si Lady Gaga, unique eh. So, classic siya for me, for sure.
Alright guys, and that is it for Mic Drop. We had so much fun guessing these hit songs from the 2000s and have truly brought back so many memories from our childhood. Di ba nga, AC?
Tama ka dyan ulit, Ikko. Medyo nakakabitin. Pero don't worry, for we still have Real Scoop where we'll go back in time to talk about the TV shows that we used to love when we come back only here on The New Classic. Welcome back to The New Classic. Now we've already heard about the hit songs that we grew up with. Ngayon, ano naman kaya ang mga shows that are worth watching over and over again?
Siyempre, sino ba namang hindi makakaalala sa mga iniyakan at sinubaybayan natin nung bata pa tayo?
Tama ka dyan, Ikko. Yung feeling na may aabangan ka talaga for the next episode or if magkakaroon pa ng next season yung favorite show mo.
And since we're looking back on the early 2000s, we're going to talk about TV shows that we used to love. So sit back, relax, ready your popcorn because this is the real scoop.
So, Ikko, sa dinami-dami ng series na sikat noon, which was your favorite?
Ben 10. The fact na nakakapag-transform siya into a lot of creatures just amazes me. Tsaka each one of them has their own unique powers. Favorite ko pa nga dati si Heat Blast. And honestly, hanggang ngayon, pinapanood ko pa rin siya. Kasi it still makes the child inside of me scream. Ikaw ba, AC?
Interesting pick si Bente na. Ako naman kasi totally Spice. Ako super amazed ako dun sa makeup nila na gadget din nila na yun yung ginagamit nilang weapon. Kasi parang dream yun ng mga bata noon. Anyway, have you heard na may reboot this year ang Ben 10? Are you a fan of this reboot or any remakes ng mga hip ng shows dati?
Alam mo, AC, actually, yes. I've been a fan of the TV series. And not only that, lagi kaya ako nakaabang to see the movies and shows of the hit classics before to see how they can modernize it in a way na hindi talaga mababago yung essence ng show.
Ako rin actually, and siguro the best part of being able to watch these old shows again is to experience that feeling of nostalgia, di ba?
Tamang-tama ka dyan, AC. Though I get it, the need to bring back something that did so well in the years before. But as we all know, may mga shows talaga na you just can't remake. Just like sa movies na hindi talaga nila deserve ng sequel, di ba?
I agree with you, Ikko. Sometimes reboots can either save the show or maybe even break the show.
Talaga. Kaya guys, pag-usapan na natin for this segment ang mga hit shows back then and their remakes, and we will compare if the show's reboot is the new classic or will the original show retain its crown. Alright, una nating pag-uusapan ay ang Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a story of a 12-year-old boy na na-discover after being trapped sa isang iceberg for 100 years. Na kung saan nalaman nila na isa pala siyang avatar, which is a powerful being with the ability to control all 4 elements.
Teka, ito ba yung naririnig ko sa TikTok na ginagamit nilang sound? Yung water, earth, fire, air? Yung ba? Long ago, chu-chu-chu. Yung ba yun? Tama ba?
Yes, AC. Oo. At alam mo ba, naging Emmy Award-winning American animated series ito na nag-air for 3 seasons on Nickelodeon between 2005 and 2008?
So grabe, maganda pala talaga siya.
Exactly. At dahil sa ganda ng storyline at napakagaling na fanbase, napakalaking fanbase ito, nagkaroon sila ng TV to film adaptation noong 2010 entitled The Last Airbender.
Wait, so iba pa pala yung rumors na magkakaroon ulit sila ng live-action reboot sa na-under na ng Netflix this year?
Yes, AC, and I'm so excited kasi balita ko, the original creators are involved sa upcoming reboot nito.
Oh, now I'm definitely going to watch it. So, Ikko, since ikaw ang mas madaming alam tungkol sa Avatar, what do you think about it? Is this reboot a classic or a basic?
Alam mo, AC, seeing the fan base na lumaki noong 2005 to 2008 and nagkaroon pa ng reboot na movie, film adaptation, and now magkakaroon ulit ng reboot, this is an absolute classic.
Next naman na mapag-uusapan natin is a personal favorite of mine. This is Winx Club. It is an Italian-American animated series, and it's a story about a group of 5 girls who were chosen to defend the universe from evil witches using their magical powers. They're smart, stylish, and they are fairies. So, fun fact, according to the series creator, Eugenio Straffi, inspired pala by manga yung Winx Club, and it has a total of 8 seasons with 208 episodes.
Wait, seryoso ka ba? Grabe,
Yes.
ganun kadami.
Totoo. And nung January this year, they just released the live-action adaptation of the series on Netflix entitled Fate, the Winx Saga. And guess what?
What, AC?
Netflix officially renewed the show for a 2nd season. Though, napansin ko lang, the original show was for a much younger audience, and itong adaptation is clearly directed towards teens since darker yung plot and mas complicated yung relationship between the characters.
So AC, since obviously fan ka ng show na ito, is this a reboot, a classic, or a basic?
For me, the reboot is, I'd say a basic kasi iba pa rin yung original plot tsaka yung relationship nga ng characters, yung dynamic nilang lima. I feel like yung original series noong 2000s, yun ang mas classic kesa dito sa reboot na to.
Alright, grabe. Stress reliever talaga pag nanonood ka ng favorite shows mo. Don't you think, AC?
I do, pero parang may nakakalimutan yata tayong isama.
Oh, oo nga. Hindi kumpleto ang watching experience mo kapag wala kang ganito.
May idea ba kayo? If so, comment down below and malay nyo, yan na pala susunod na pag-uusapan natin.
But before that, let's have a quick break. So don't go away just yet because the new classic will be right back.
And we are back on the new classic. Our first two segments have really set a nostalgic mood, no, Ikko?
Tama ka dyan, AC. It really makes you stop and think back on your childhood, di ba? Speaking of, have you ever had those moments na paghapon na maglalaro na kayo ng friends mo, tapos pagtapos pupunta kayo sa tindahan and bibili kayo ng snacks?
Naku, oo, Ikko. Pero bakit mo naman natanong yan? Nakakagutom tuloy.
Okay lang yan, AC. Magutom ka nandyan dahil for sure, matatakam at mabubusog ka sa next segment natin, which is everybody's favorite, Chef's Kiss.
Since we're looking back on the early 2000s, di dapat mawawala ang mga childhood snacks that we know and love.
So today, we will be enjoying 4 well-known Filipino snacks and decide if it's a Gen Z approved, aka classic, or if it's not as enjoyable as it used to be, aka basic.
Ready ka na ba, Ikko?
Ready na, AC! Alright, starting off, we have Mikmik.
Mauuna na ako. Para sa akin, Mikmik is a basic.
Bakit mo nasabing basic?
Kasi hindi ko talaga siya maintindihan kung bakit siya powder form. Hindi ko lang talaga siya binibili sa tindahan ng bata ako.
Alam mo, para sa akin, sasabihin ko na right off the bat, this is going to be a classic. Kasi Mikmik is a gimmicky type of candy na hindi lahat ng candy manufacturers ganito ka-bold na gumawa ng okay, let's make something powdery tapos may enjoy ng tao. Up until now, Mikmik pa rin nagsa-stand off siya kasi siya lang yung kaya sa isang powdered candy.
Papakita ko lang. Ito yung Mikmik in milk powder.
Ako, I have the chocolate one, the classic one, para maiba naman.
Pero ikaw, totoo ba na pampaubo yung tawag dito? Yung
Oo,
dati?
kasi kapag kumain ka ng Mikmik, most likely kapag first timer ka kumain ng Mikmik, talagang mauubo ka, yung lalabas talaga yung usok. That's why it's fun talaga. So, alright, next natin.
Next is Choco Choco. Try natin to, Ikko.
Let's go.
Para sa'yo, Ikko, is this a classic or a basic?
Alam mo, AC, I'm gonna be honest. Hindi ako super fan ng Choco Choco. Mas lumaki ako sa cream sticks na white. So, para sa akin, Choco Choco, I'm sorry, this is a basic.
Para sa akin naman, this is the original Choco Choco. Kasi yung cream stick, feeling ko ginaya lang nila yung Choco Choco eh. Tsaka, since sweet tooth talaga ako, mahilig kasi talaga ako sa matamis. So, para sa akin, the best. Para sa akin, classic to. Moving on to Ikko. Anong flavor yung nasa'yo?
Sa akin, yung original na classic chocolate lang.
Sa akin din, yung classic na chocolate. Pero ako kasi ang favorite ko strawberry. Try natin.
Let's go.
Try natin. Parang first time. Para akong bata. Okay. Para sa'yo, Ikko, classic or basic?
Right off the bat, sasabihin ko, this is a classic. Ikko, meron siyang intense mix ng wafery tsaka chocolatey. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya super tamis, hindi rin siya super dabang. Okay na okay siya. So, this is an absolute classic. Ikaw, AC.
I agree with you. Classic din tong Ikko na to. Kasi, pag nakikita ko to sa tindahan, alam mo yun, kasi light siya kainin. Tapos, pwedeng merienda, gano'n. In between merienda, snack, and dessert na chocolate, gano'n. Kaya, classic din siya for me.
Alright, AC, last but certainly not the least. Yaki, ready ka na ba dito?
To be honest, hindi. Pero,
Okay.
let's go.
Para dito sa Yaki, try natin yung 7-second challenge na wala kang kahit na anong facial expression. You ready?
Okay, ready.
Okay, open mo na.
Oh no.
Ready?
Ready? 1.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
Hindi ko talaga kaya. Yung atim.
Grabe. Hindi ko rin kaya. So para sa akin, AC, Yaki is an absolute classic. Kasi kahit na fan ako ng pintura, ang masasabi ko lang, walang kahit na anong gum company manufacturer ang makakagawa ng ganito kaasim na gum. So kung is an absolute classic. Sa'yo ba?
Sorry, hindi ko talaga kasi gusto yung yaki flavor. So, I'm gonna say basic. Kasi classic for me yung pintura.
Now, after enjoying our snacks, alin dito ang pinaka-favorite mo, AC?
Para sa akin, choco-choco talaga kasi favorite ko yun. It's the best. Ikaw ba, Ikko?
Para sa akin, mikmik, kasi ang astig-astig mong tignan pagka kinakain mo yun.
Well, there you have it, guys. Sana you enjoyed reminiscing our beloved childhood snacks as much as we did.
I feel the nostalgia running through my veins.
Grabe ka naman. Pero true, moments like these spark bitter and sweet memories.
Tama ka dyan, and I hope that the people who live these same memories with us got the enjoyment out of it. And for those who didn't live through these times, I hope that you make the memories just as sweet.
Oo nga naman. Ikaw ba, Ikko? Ano yung segment na nagbigay sa'yo ng flashback?
Para sa akin, AC, ang nagbigay ng flashback ay yung segment 3. Wala talagang tatalo dun sa feeling na after nyo maglaro ng barkada, unahan kayong tumakbo sa tindahan para bumili ng favorite Filipino snacks. Ikaw, AC, anong memories yung talaga nag-bring back sa'yo?
Ako naman yung segment 1 kasi mahilig talaga ako kumanta nung bata ako eh. Kaya pag naririnig ko yung mga kanta na yon, automatic, childhood days agad yung naiisip ko.
Kaya kayo naman guys, anong part ang nag-resonate sa inyo? Kasi para sa akin, lahat akong i-enjoy tong after quarantine the old classic way.
Leave in the comments about your favorite parts in this episode.
If you want to see more of our episodes, just search R2Wait Productions on Facebook and at R2Wait Productions on Twitter and Instagram.
Once again, I am AC.
And I am Ikko. Thank you for tuning into the show where we fill the gaps with trends.
And we bring you the hottest topics.
This is the new classic. We'll see you guys again next time.